Welcome to another episode of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. It's Wednesday, August 26th, 2015, and let's get to it. If you're going to beat the champion, then you're going to have to knock him out. And anyone who's coming into this year's Bikini Olympia better hit the stage swinging with their best stuff, because two-time defending champion Ashley Kaltwasser looks like she has her game face on. Kaltwasser released some new photos 1 month out from putting her title on the line in what could quite possibly be the biggest challenge of her career. After going undefeated for nearly 2 years straight, Kaltwasser's reign of dominance ended at this year's Arnold, Australia. But perhaps that little setback was exactly the motivation she needed to restoke the fires. And this time around, we'll see the best version of Ashley Kaltwasser we've ever seen. If there's one woman Ashley Kaltwasser will be having nightmares about for the next 4 weeks, it has to be Arnold Australia champion Janet Layug. Layug had been nipping on Kaltwasser's heels until she finally took out a big enough chunk to catch her attention and assert herself as the #1 contender for the crown. At the moment, Layug certainly seems to be putting her best foot forward for this contest prep, and could be just 4 weeks away from making history as she becomes the next woman to etch her name in the record books and lay claim to the title of Miss Bikini Olympia. But Kaltwasser won't be going down without a fight, and it's going to be up to Layug and company to show up and put forth a maximum effort. There aren't many characters more entertaining in the industry than the incomparable Tangi Johnson. Earlier this week, Johnson released a little sneak peek footage of her routine for this year's Fitness Olympia. And as usual, one of the best performers in the business looks like she's set to put another dazzling performance on that makes us all collectively feel just a little bit worse about our own lack of athletic prowess. For the better part of a decade, Johnson has been a perennial top 5 Olympia threat. And with the package she looks to be bringing into this year's contest, no one should anticipate anything different. And if the stars happen to align just right over the Las Vegas skyline, perhaps she'll finally snag that Fitness O title that's eluded her for so long. With the insanely deep lineup that is this year's 212 Olympia, it's easy to forget about an athlete who's done a tremendous job of flying under the radar all season, Zane Watson. This year's Toronto Pro 212 champ hasn't received anywhere near the level of attention some of his counterparts have heading into this year's Olympia, which could be a blessing in disguise. Up to this point in the season, Watson really appears to have flourished in his underdog role, turning doubters into believers one major move at a time. And should he manage to keep bringing in that impressive level of conditioning that he's quickly becoming known for, he might enter Las Vegas with a whimper and leave Sin City with a roar. It looks like Joe Mackey won't have any problems dialing things in this year for the NPC Nationals. This year's NPC Ronnie Coleman Classic champ released some photos recently showing off some very impressive conditioning, 13 weeks out from making another run at his IFBB Pro card at the 2015 NPC Nationals. From the front and side, Mackie packs as much muscle as anyone on stage. But the true determining factor as to whether or not he's in contention for a pro card will be the amount of thickness and density he can display from the back. Assuming his conditioning is on point and he's made at least some improvements, Mackie will certainly be a handful for anyone to deal with, and he might just have enough gas in the tank to push for a top 2 spot and a pro card come November. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm your host, Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions. And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.